I think we're live. Mike, are we live?
We are live. We should be on YouTube, Facebook, all the socials, but then most people joining us on Zoom here.
We got people, like Mike just said, there was like 400, 500 people trying to click on the link. So I don't know, why aren't you people working? Like, what are you doing? You should be like, you're on.
Yeah.
No, they're like, why are you saying that?
Yeah, good way to start. Let's yell at them.
Yeah.
So perfect. Why aren't you working? Why are you watching me? Go make some money.
What are you doing? Yeah.
So, well, they'll make some money from this announcement, so that's good.
They will, and it is an important announcement, guys. So I know everybody's just kind of piling in, like Mike said. We've got people joining on Facebook, on YouTube, on the Zoom link, on all the interwebs out there. So if you're not familiar with me, most of you should be, because we sent this to our client list. My name is Robin Robbins. That is my actual real name. And I'm the founder and CEO of TMT, which we've sort of done a little bit of a rebrand. Technology Marketing Toolkit is now TMT, the marketing team, the money team, the motivation team. And I've got Mike Stadola, who is my chief marketing officer and my partner in crime in just about everything we do around here. And Karen is in the background somewhere. She's, she's
making this happen. Yeah,
making it all happen. So anyway, we're here in Nash Vegas. We are live, guys, and we got a brand new announcement. We've been hustling this week, getting everything together to let you guys know that we have just finalized the agenda, the topics, and believe me, this was a lot of debate on our 6-city fall roadshow. And you go, woohoo, yeah, everybody out. Karen, like, can we get applause, like fake applause in the background? I've been watching some Tony Robbins seminars that are like the digital ones. He's totally got like a canned audience that's whooping.
I'm going to work on that. I like it.
I need that. All right. I'm very insecure. I need a lot of reassurance, and that would help a lot with my confidence. Anyway, so here's why you want to care. This really is important. It's not just about the roadshow, okay? Because what I want to do is I want to talk to you about what we're going to be talking about in this roadshow. Because first of all, what roadshow is every year for I think it's been the last 10 years, maybe 8 years, something like that. Every year we go out across America and we meet with our members, and we have brand new content that we put out every single year. So we have boot camp, which is our big annual one-time conference here in Nashville. Everybody flies in internationally. 1,200 people come in, MSPs come in to join us at that event. And then the road show is always in the fall, and that's where we go out into the cities. We're going to be in Chicago, Boston, Philly, Houston, Vegas, Orlando. We're going out into these cities, and we meet with our clients, and we're always talking about what's new, what's hot, what's trending, where are the opportunities. During COVID, we used it to we had a whole recession survival guide. We talked about just how do you survive during these weird times that we were going through, right? So every year it's a brand new theme, and every year we tie it into what is going on, what's hot in the industry. So this is not just an announcement about, hey, we're doing a roadshow. It's actually kind of interesting. I thought some of you guys would want to know kind of what's happening in our industry, what we're seeing right now. Because we are in very, very strange times, as all of you know. I mean, there are a lot of threats to the IT MSP world, and there's just a ton of opportunity. And so if you were at my boot camp, some of the threats obviously being hyperinflation. So right now we're at 11, what is it, 11%, Mike? Where did we hit? Are we at 11 yet? Something like that?
Somewhere right around there, yeah. Everything's
costing more. So we got inflation. So that means every one of you out there, if you haven't raised your prices by at least 10%, 20%, you're losing ground. So you might be gaining in sales, but you're losing in profitability, right? So there's that to contend with. Then we've got all the cyber threats that are ever increasing. We all know about that. You guys are targets, as you know, as an MSP. The litigious society we live in. If a client gets breached, there's all that nonsense going on. Another threat, labor shortage. That's always been the case in IT, but now it's even harder. And there wasn't really a great resignation. They talk about this great resignation. The fact remains that there's 11 million, 12 million open jobs and only about 3-4 million unemployed. So there's just more jobs than there are people. And so everybody's salary has been going up. As you know, I think we're going to start seeing a little bit of a turn there. And then if you were at boot camp, you know about the emergence of super MSPs. And super MSPs are these large private equity backed MSPs that are rolling up smaller MSPs into one big entity. And they are targeting downstream. They're not just going after enterprise or mid-market, although they're going after the S in the SMB market, the small, medium business, which a lot of my clients, that's kind of where your sweet spot is, that 10 computers to 100 computers, that's where they're targeting. So those are all kind of the threats. Now, the opportunity that is available to all of you, many of you don't even know some of these things, but there is a big push and drive for compliance. And a lot of it is being driven, obviously, regulatory compliance. HIPAA, been around for 30 years. CMMC is starting to gain a lot of traction. A lot of our members are making money in helping companies become CMMC compliant. And the other thing that a lot of you may not be aware of is that insurance companies are now pushing this on any business owner, like not just medical entities or financial institutions, but all business owners. A business like me, in order for me to get cyber liability or crime insurance that would protect me if I was breached and I had costs associated with that, or stolen funds that got stolen out of my bank account, these insurance companies have really turned the table. So we just had our Producers Club meeting here in July. We have about 300 Producers Club members, and they come in and we talk, and we had a Future of the MSP Industry Day. And it was all about the things that we're going to be talking about here at Roadshow in greater depth and expanding on that. And one of the questions I asked the audience is, how many of you have had a client come to you with an insurance policy in their hand saying, I need your help filling this out? Every single hand in the audience went up. And the whole discussion that we were having at Producers Club is that these insurance companies, it used to be where, they could cover you for liability and crime and all that, no big deal. Now the tables have turned and they're losing money. And so they're getting stricter on the requirements. You now have to sign and document that you have things like two-factor authentication, employee awareness training. You've got to have certain level of backup. I'd have to look at some of the policies, but in other words, like, you have to almost be SOC 2 compliant. That was the comment from Chris who's one of my very successful members. He started Choose Networks, grew it to like a $40 million a year MSP with a couple others that gathered together. They just sold it to Integris. It's a $100 million a year MSP. And he's saying when the customers they have are coming to them, they're coming in with these insurance policies and things that they have to do from an IT perspective to keep their policy, get a policy, and then not have a claim denied, because if there is a breach, there's going to be an investigation. If they find out you didn't have two-factor turned on, your claim can get denied because you were negligent. So this is happening across the country, and the increase in the cyber threats, the insurance companies being more aggressive and making sure that the people they're covering have these in place. The laws around HIPAA and CMMC are getting more aggressive. PCI compliance, I think you're going to start seeing more of that. Right now, a lot of medical institutions are now gathering credit card information along with health information. Just heard a stat the other day that on the dark web, just one medical record sells for about $1,200 a piece. Think about that. This is a huge business for hackers and cyber criminals. And so that's where all this opportunity for you guys is coming in. So that's why there's so much private equity. I mean, last year there was roughly about 800 to 900 MSPs that were acquired either in a merger or in an acquisition. Last year, there were 1,200 brand new MSPs that started. So think about this. This industry, we estimate there's probably about 130, 140,000 MSPs worldwide. That number is actually growing, even though there's mergers, there's private equity money coming into this industry. Why is that all happening? It's because there is this perfect storm that's happening with the increase in cybercrime, and they're getting more aggressive with it. The insurance companies putting heat on small business owners, the government getting more involved with regulatory compliance, and your customers are going to be coming to you for that. So that's what our roadshow is going to be all about. We're calling it the Great MSP Reset. So Mike, if you don't mind, I'm going to share my screen.
Yeah, absolutely.
Okay. So the URL for Roadshow is itmarketingroadshow.com. Mike, if you want to put that, it's Roadshow.com. This happens, it's redirecting to Cybersecurity Roadshow. Either one will get you there, but itmarketingroadshow.com. And we're calling it the Great MSP Reset because we are seeing an evolution of an MSP that is going to have to be more security minded. They're going to have to be more prepared to deliver compliant IT services. And based on what we see, I mean, you guys got to remember, I'm in a unique position. So we run the largest peer group in the world for MSPs. Right now, we have over 1,300 members in a peer group membership with my organization. That's not all my customers. I mean, we have, like I said, we've worked with over 10,000 MSPs over the years. Right now, we've got about 5,000, 6,000 active customers. And we get a lot of data. And one of the things that we're seeing is a lot of them are still doing break fix. A lot of them are still doing break fix. A lot of them are just still putting antivirus and a remote management tool on their clients' networks. They're calling it a day, calling it managed services. And guys, I'm telling you right now, if that's your business model, or if it's your service delivery for a couple of your customers, maybe you got a couple on your advanced security stack, you're in trouble. And the reason that you're going to be in trouble is because the insurance companies are now going to start pushing all of your clients, not just the medical, not just Department of Defense contractors, although that's happening, all of your customers to have greater cyber security protections in place. And more you're going to have customers coming to you saying, I need to make sure that you're doing this for me. They're ready to buy, they're willing to buy. And the question is, are you going to be the MSP who is able to not only deliver security, but compliance? Because security and compliance are two different things. Okay, so security, you could be delivering security, but compliance requires a couple extra steps. Compliance requires that you are actually implementing security protocols that are in line with some sort of compliance, like HIPAA, for example. And so it's no longer, you can't just no longer say, well, we're gonna just deliver good security. You got to understand compliance. And from my understanding in talking to so many members, they think they're doing compliance, but they're not. And once we bring them some of the experts, you're going to see on the website, some of the speakers we're bringing to you. Once you hear these gentlemen speak, it is going to turn your world upside down in a good way. I mean, it's good in the sense that you're going to say, wow, this is a lot bigger. There's more to this than I thought. There's more opportunity here than I thought. And it's a very exciting time. Or you're going to be looking at this going, holy shit, my whole business model needs to be redesigned. Maybe a little bit of both. You'd be a little bit excited about the opportunity and a little freaked out about what needs to happen. So that's why we're calling it the Great MSP Reset, and how you have to position your company right now for maximum growth and profitability in this new emerging economy. And part of what I'm going to be doing over the road show, if you're a toolkit customer or whether you're in MSP launch, accelerators, producers club, I'm going to be revamping the entire toolkit. And the reason I'm doing it, it's not because the principles have changed, they haven't, but the marketplace is a little bit different. COVID changed a lot of things, guys. You don't need me to tell you that. And not necessarily all in a bad way. I mean, I don't want to ever go through it again, but the tech industry came out stronger on the end of that. Your clients, I bet a lot of you never even thought about having a sales meeting over Zoom. Like it wasn't you weren't even thinking about it, you weren't doing it. And yet today I have MSPs that are routinely closing clients that are in remote locations that aren't local to them, and they're doing it over a Zoom meeting. And that's driving efficiency, that's driving profitability, more remote workers. I mean, we all know that people are now working remote, and that demands communications and a unified communication platform. It demands that you have security for people who are working remote. So that has changed. There's that opportunity, the compliance, the security. So that's why I'm not changing the principles. What I am changing is some of the templates, the tools, the training, because again, the marketplace has changed. And if you go through this site, you can see here, well, first of all, here's all the cities. All right. So you got Philadelphia coming up at the end of August, Chicago, Boston, Orlando, Houston, and Las Vegas. All right. Now, a question I know a lot of you are going to have, is there going to be a virtual one? We're not doing a virtual event. We want to drive people to these events. I love virtual events. I run the big red virtual platform. We are the #1 virtual event platform in our industry. But this one, we want to get you in the room. We want to get you engaged and with people, because one of the values is just the networking that's going to happen, not just what happens on stage, but all the hallway conversations that you can have with the other people that are there, the members and the consultants and the experts I'm going to be bringing to these events, the vendors in the hallway to find out what new tech is out there. We had at our boot camp, we had 23 brand new vendors in this space. Now I know some of you are going to pass out because you're like, holy shit, I've already got way too many. But I forget that for a second. The point is there are so many new emerging technologies that you as an MSP, you got to kind of keep your finger on that pulse. I'm not saying you got to buy them all, but you got to kind of know what's happening in artificial intelligence and cybersecurity and all the things that we're talking about, right? And as you can see when I'm on this website, I really don't think there has ever been a better time for an MSP to be an MSP than right now. It's like a little bit of a golden era, a little golden bubble, right? Because again, we're seeing this convergence of need because of the labor shortage. I'm also seeing a lot of my MSPs are now selling co-managed where they were never selling co-managed before, because these companies are going, well, shoot, I can't hire IT people and it's too complicated, it's too complex. I need somebody to handle cybersecurity. We're just going to outsource that piece. Or my IT person needs those tools that you guys have and can sell the tool set to these IT directors at these companies that have maybe 1 to 5 like IT people on staff. So we're seeing an increase in co-managed. We're definitely seeing an increase in growth in compliance as a service from MSPs. We're definitely seeing an increase in advanced cyber protections. Most of my clients, they're adding hundreds of thousands of dollars by going back to existing customers and raising their prices, but not just going back and saying, hey, our prices are going up, but by going back and saying, look, we're going to sell you a new advanced 2.0 version of what we've been delivering. And then, yeah, it's going to cost more, but this is why it's going to cost more, because we got to have these protections built in, and people are paying the money and they're not complaining. They're actually happy about it. It's actually going to be one of the sessions. So you can read a little bit more through this, but just to kind of give you a high level of agenda, it's going to be a 2-day event. Day one is going to be mostly me, and we have put together a newly updated marketing roadmap. We have put together a brand new NCA, new client acquisition marketing plan. I'm going to explain it to you in a way that you've never seen it before, never heard about it before. This is brand new. We're going to talk about exactly what you need to do so that you literally have a no-fail new client acquisition marketing strategy. I'm going to map it all out for you. And what's cool about the way I'm going to explain it is if you're small, you can condense it down to a few things. If you're bigger, you can add on. So again, this is brand new. The way I'm going to give it to you, it's not just one plan. I'm going to give you a process of how do we get whatever our goal is for new client acquisition. How do we work backwards and know exactly what we should be doing, when we should be doing. So you're going to get that. You're going to get the marketing implementation roadmap. We've got a brand new marketing campaign checklist of the things you want to, anytime you're running a campaign, run through this checklist. It'll save you from wasting time and money on a failed marketing campaign. We've got a brand new IT services, digital and website marketing update. A lot of new things that are happening even on the marketing side in my world, right? Digital marketing is evolving. Again, COVID changed a lot of things. In fact, one of the things COVID did is made it a lot more expensive. So the days of cheap digital marketing, I'm not going to say they're over, because there's still some things you can do very inexpensively, but it's getting up to be the same cost as offline, as doing direct mail or doing trade shows or hiring an SDR, sales development. So these costs are now catching up. So we're going to release this brand new digital marketing blueprint. And we have new marketing automation systems that we're going to be showing you how do you put a lot of your marketing on autopilot so you get more clients, more sales, more opportunities. I've got my current spokesperson, David Javahari, who is going to show you his marketing plan for how he added 4.5 million in revenue, and he's continuing to grow, and how he did it under 3 years, and how he did it over COVID too. And this is incredible. So he has really taken this concept of rinse and repeat and putting things on autopilot, and he's going to talk to you. You're going to get his exact plan. We've got Danny Hallman kind of tying into that, who is our vice president of marketing automation. And he's going to be showing you how these automation systems work, why they work, how do you set them up. And he's going to cover the 5 most essential marketing systems that you need to build in your MSP. I'm not saying you have to build 50. I'm not saying you have to even build 25. There's 5. And if you dial those in, guys, you are going to be adding a lot of money to your bank. All right. So that's going to be really good. Now, then we hit day 2. So day 1 is going to really be about your new marketing, new customer acquisition through this new lens of what the marketplace is looking for in digital marketing. Day 2 is going to be a workshop within a workshop of its own. And we're going to show you how to sell compliance as a service as an IT person. I'm bringing in John DePero. John is the Chief Compliance Officer of Vector Choice. Now, if you're familiar with Will Nobles, as you can see, Will Nobles down here. Will Nobles actually runs our accelerators, producers accelerators, MSP launch. He's kind of like our head chief honcho. We should come up with like a really cool name for him, Mike, other than.
Yeah, I like Chief Honcho.
Yeah, he's.
Yeah.
So here's what's cool about Will. God knows why he works full time for me. I mean, because he's got a $10 million a year MSP. And the thing, like, he is completely, it's not self-running, he's still involved, but he's got a leadership team. That thing is continuing to grow 20%, 30% year over year without him even doing any work. So the cool thing about Will is he knows the MSP world and he knows how to build a business. He's a real entrepreneur. And he's going to be showing you how do you do this price increase with and have your customers thank you. John DePero is someone that he recently recruited. Candidly, I found him, Will hired him. So, I don't want to give him too much because I was going to hire John, but he's going to show you how to set up compliance as a service and sell this as a recurring, insanely profitable, high recurring revenue profit stream for your business. That is not only is it, I mean, it's just so perfect because not only is it high profit margins, but it's actually doing your clients a service that you should be doing for them, especially if you're selling to medical or any kind of covered entity. I'm telling you, this guy he's a genius. He was working at another MSP. He was doing this. They were using this to replace smaller MSPs or just any MSPs that weren't offering this. Like, when I first met John, he was working on 2 deals where there were 2 companies that were paying him project fees of $150,000, $200,000 in the project just to get them compliant. And what are the projects? Well, it's all the stuff that you do. But see, when you filter it through that compliance lens, all of a sudden the workflow that comes off that, the MRR that comes off that is insanely good. And they pay you to show them where they're not compliant. So he's going to be talking about the tools that you need, the fundamentals you need to understand. What is this thing? How do you build the business? Who do you have to hire? What are the tools that you need? How do you package it? How do you price it? How do you introduce it to all your customers? All of that is going to be on day 2. We're going to give Will Nobles just a little spot so he can show you how to raise your prices, kind of adds on. He's just kind of hanging off that because this is all tied part and parcel. And then also Rusty Goodwin is another really, really, he's a good friend and an incredibly sharp guy. He partners with MSPs and he's an insurance guy. So he doesn't understand IT, but he understands compliance. And he is going to be talking about how do insurance companies look at this and how do you as an MSP work with your clients' insurance brokers, or how do you work with use JV partners like insurance brokers right now are one of the best joint venture partners to get you new clients, new opportunities, new business on like $0. I love JVs. I love JV partnerships. Right now, all of you should be talking to the insurance professionals of your clients, getting those introductions, using that as a way to get new customers under this compliance umbrella. Guys, I'm telling you, I've been doing this for 20 years. I have never seen a bigger opportunity, but like all things, right now, based on what we are getting from industry research, there's only about 10% of all the MSPs in America or worldwide are selling this compliance as a service, right? They're going to catch up. And you know why they're going to catch up? Because I'm going to teach them how to catch up. So if you're a client of mine, we're going to get ahead of the pack. We're going to get you out there in front so your competition can't keep up. So if you are a competitor to one of my clients, look out. I'm going to try and give them every tool, every strategy so that they can not only get this opportunity, but differentiate and knock out incumbent MSPs who are just not willing to embrace this new service offering that's necessary. All right. So there you go. And of course, we got the sponsors down there, as we always have sponsors at our events, and they bring a lot of really cool stuff. There's some frequently asked questions down here. Mike, I'm going to just take a pause. Are there questions? Like, what do I need to cover?
Yeah, we had a couple of questions. We'll answer them as we go. Yeah, Chase had said any plans for Denver, not this year, but it's definitely one we're looking at for the future. But I would said any hotel blocks or discounts.
Yeah, so when you register, based on the city you pick, it'll take you right to a page with a unique link that'll allow you to get the discounted hotel rate. So make sure you do that, guys. Make sure you get in right away, because you know the hotel links, the way hotels work, we guarantee a room block. So we say, okay, we're going to give you 200 hotel nights. We guarantee that. TMT guarantees that. If we don't sell it, we're on the hook for it. Okay. So we know about how many hotels, but we always go on the shy side of that because I don't want to be paying for empty hotel rooms. So, you know, you got to get in, because once those room blocks get taken, you know, sometimes we can get more, but not always. The other thing is the hotels, they always they want us to guarantee and have the room block end like 3 months prior to the event. And we always have to negotiate back. And usually those hotel room blocks are going to expire about 3 weeks prior to the event. So, you know, you want to get in, you want to register. Now, like if you miss the room block, you're just going to have to find another hotel in the area. You're going to have to find an Airbnb. You're going to have to sleep in your car. I don't know. You have to figure something out. But yes, those room blocks are available, and all those details will be available once you register for the event. Another thing, Mike, let me just kind of inject. So someone like the $99, right? So the $99 is, or it's not, I'm sorry, $97.
Yep.
Sorry, $97. If you are a toolkit member, not just a toolkit owner, because we're revising the toolkit, right? So if you're a new toolkit member, you bought this year, if you are an MSP launch, if you're accelerators or producers club, you get 2 free tickets. You just have to pick which location you want. So if you are a member of mine, what you can do, I'll show you real quick, right? I'm showing you my dashboard, right? So they might, let me see if I refresh, it might even come up.
Yeah.
You're going to see right here. Yeah. You see that was what Roland was like popping up. He was like trying to tell me it's up there, it's live. I'm like, dude, we're live in 14 minutes. What is going on here? So all you got to do is click here. You're going to claim your roadshow ticket. You just have to tell us, you know, your name and what location you want. You confirm. As soon as you confirm, it's going to take you there. Again, if you're in one of those memberships, you get 2 free tickets. I would encourage you, strongly encourage you to get to one of those events. It's part of your membership, but even if it's not part of your membership, it's $99, guys. I mean, so another thing that I'm giving you for that $97 is I'm currently working with John and Will Nobles and Rusty and a group of MSPs, and we are building out a complete marketing toolkit for compliance. Now, this is going to be something that is going to be ongoing. So if you join us in Philly, here's the good news. Everything I continue to develop, you're going to get that. I promise you. So, because like I'm going to have months that we're currently testing, rolling out things. How are we packaging it? How are we pricing it? Lead generate. We learn stuff, right? So you're going to get all of those marketing templates. And trust me, guys, I'm telling you, these are going to be valuable marketing assets and campaigns and systems and templates around compliance, around security, of course, the marketing plan we're going to give you, the marketing roadmap, all of that is going to be included. I mean, for $97, guys, this is ridiculous. That's why down here we have like, you know, why is this so cheap, right? Because now the reason it's so cheap is because all those wonderful sponsors you saw, they pick up the bill. And so we got to charge a little something if you're not, you know, if you're not in one of those memberships. That's just to make sure that you're going to show up, that you're actually going to be there. So Mike, what other questions?
Okay, let's see. We had some of those. Who on their team can also come with them? Who should they bring along?
Well, it's kind of interesting. Day one is really going to be about the marketing. So if you've got a marketing person, a marketing manager, a business partner, if you've got a salesperson who's leading the sale, like this would be extremely valuable on day one. But the reason why day two will be valuable to those people is because, you know, if you're a salesperson like me, I'm a salesperson, I'm a marketer, right? You want to know where the marketplace is going. You want to know what competition am I going to run into out there? See, a good leader, a CEO of a company, you can't just look down at your desk and go, okay, what's going on here today, right? I'm driving a car. I can't just look at the end of the dash, right? I got to look down the road. You got to look both. You got to look at what's right in front of you, and you got to look down the road. You got to see where it's going. You know, if a car stopped in front of you, you don't want to be staring down here. You're going to smack right into the back of that car. So it's good for them to be there, because on day two, we're going to get into that business model, but it will help you understand and help them understand, where is the marketplace going? What are the trends? What are people buying? Why are they buying? How are other MSPs going to come after our customers? Because if we don't offer compliance, and one of our clients comes to us and with the marketing that I'm putting out there and says, hey, hang on a second. How come you're not talking to me about compliance? How come you're not, like, my insurance plan just tripled in cost because I didn't have certain things in place. Where were you? Why weren't you here telling me this, right? So you got to be talking to your customers about this, if for no other reason, because your competition is going to start talking to them about it. And it's going to be slow. Right now, it's slow. There's only 10% MSP, so you're not seeing it a whole lot right now. I'm telling you, it's coming. There's money to be made, and people are going to start selling this, talking to people. And if you don't get ready for it, because you're not going to turn on a dime. I mean, building out this compliance as a service department in your company is going to take a little time to build the products, the services, the solutions, all that. You know, you don't want to wait a year from now, right? And a year from now, we could be in a recession. And then, you know, now you've got that to deal with on top of everything else, right? So you want to be building it now. You want to bring your sales, your marketing people. You might even think about bringing a service manager or a lead engineer. Maybe they don't need day one, right? Maybe you fly them in at the end of day one and they attend day two. I mean, they could attend both. I don't think it's going to hurt them to hear marketing, but definitely on day two, because you want to have people in whoever in your office is going to help you build out your products and services, and your marketing team should be part of that. That's who you want to bring with you to this event.
Okay, so I got a couple people. So I know some of you guys have different emails and different things like that. So I see, Michael, you tried to get it on the dashboard, but it's saying it doesn't match your membership level. You can just give us a call and we will take care of that. I'm going to throw that number into chat for you, Michael.
Or email
here.
Just email ask@technologymarketingtoolkit.com. You know, it could be just, yeah, who knows? It could be whatever. We'll get that fixed for you. No worries. All right.
Yeah, absolutely. And then the hotel links, as soon as you register, you will get, it's in the link in the email. It takes about 3 minutes and you'll get the email, and then it'll have all the hotel information in there. It'll have a bunch more information in there. So just wait just a second for those emails, and you will get those emails with the hotel block information on there. Yeah, and if you're part of MSP Launch Toolkit membership, there, so that's the monthly membership, accelerators or producers club, then you're going to go ahead and use those dashboard links that we set up. And if it's for whatever reason not working for you, just email ask@technologymarketingtoolkit.com.
We always break it first time through, you know, because like last time we did this, when we do an announcement like this, it's not uncommon to get 100, 200 registrations like that. And so, you know, we test everything, but who the heck knows? It's technology, guys. I mean, this is what keeps you in business. So, okay. All right. So we'll get it again, guys, ask@technologymarketingtoolkit.com.
Yeah. And Robin, do you want to explain? So I think there's some confusion between Toolkit owners and Toolkit members.
Okay. So earlier this year, we launched the Toolkit membership, and the Toolkit membership, it's not just a product you buy. It's we're combining Apprentice Club and Toolkit. So it used to be for years that you bought the Toolkit and you can enroll in an Apprentice Club membership. We kind of put those two together, but they were two separate things. Now what we're doing is we put them together and we're calling it a Toolkit membership. And with the Toolkit membership, you get the Toolkit, You get all the updates. You get access to all the Apprentice Club benefits. Like we do monthly how-to calls, meaning we go deep into a marketing topic or subject, like, you know, how to use retargeting to generate more leads, or how to do LinkedIn prospecting, or you know, how to do email, how to build an email list. It's various different topics. We also give a brand new, we call it the Prospect Hopper system, and it is a new set of blog posts, emails, postcards, campaigns that we're giving you every single month on a regular renewal basis. So you get that, you get Q&A calls with me, you get our marketing strategy brief. The other thing that comes with the Toolkit membership is you get 2 tickets to boot camp and 2 tickets to the Fall Roadshow. All right, so instead of like selling you a toolkit, then selling you Apprentice, then selling you Roadshow, then selling you boot camp, which just seems silly to me. It's like, let's bundle it all into one thing, because you really need all of this, right? Because boot camp is different than Roadshow. The content is different. The format is different. You know, it's not a repeat. Like I said, we have our annual event. Roadshow is always about picking a specific topic. And this year really is about resetting your service offering, raising your prices, offering security, cybersecurity, and compliance as a solution, weaving that throughout your organization to differentiate yourself from the competition. So yeah, so we just took Toolkit membership and we bundled that all together. And if you guys want to learn more about that, I can even just go over to Toolkit Live. I think that's probably the best place, you know. So I guess if you're interested in that, you know, and you want to go to Roadshow, one of the things you could do is you could buy the toolkit, and you're going to get 2 tickets to Roadshow included with it, plus the toolkit, plus all the extras, the marketing, the Prospect Hopper system. We have a June sales training that's included, where we mapped out in detail, scripted out an entire MSP sales process, how to close, how to overcome objections, how to do discovery, how to do I mean, all the things, right? So it's a sales and marketing system. And so if you want, you could enroll there, and then the boot camp, or excuse me, the Roadshow tickets would be included.
Yeah, absolutely. And Robin, I think you just kind of answered this question. Several people were saying, is this different than boot camp? Is this different from Rapid? Is this different from MSP Launch, a 2-day event?
Well, I mean, guys, look, there's certain fundamentals that never change, right? I mean, like, if I kept coming up with new fundamentals, you would call me a fraud. All right. So there are certain fundamentals that run through everything that we do, right? Lead generation, writing good copy, good offers, knowing who your target market is, having good testimonial. I mean, like, all that, none of that has changed. But what has changed are the communications. So, like, for example, like when you come to this event, one of the new pieces that I'm putting together is an entire kit of a report, a webinar, some blog post content around compliance as a service. And this is being designed. We're going to start with the medical first. So like this is going to be targeted medical. Then we're probably going to move on to CMMC. And then we're probably going to move on to just like more generic. But we are building these marketing kits. And, you know, when you come to this was not covered at boot camp. This is not covered in the toolkit. That is not covered in Rapid. You know, those things, not that those things are bad, they give you the fundamentals, but this is about this new opportunity, giving you the marketing strategies, the kit, the templates, the strategy, the things that you need to do this one aspect. All right. So that's how it's different. Now, again, there's going to be some fundamentals, but guys, you know what? Most of you don't have the fundamentals down. So, you know, you've heard of the new shiny penny syndrome, right? Like, give me the new thing. I want the new diet. I want the new diet, because the old diets just don't work, quote unquote. So give me the new easy button, right? And you got to kind of get that out of your head, right? I understand why you want it. I want the easy button too. I mean, there's no benefit in taking the stairs if there's an elevator right there. But the reality is there's certain fundamentals that are never going to change. And it doesn't hurt for you to go through the fundamentals another time and make sure you really got them nailed down, because you got to get the fundamentals. And then these things sort of hang off those fundamentals. But the marketing that I'm going to be giving here, nobody has seen it before. Not my Producers Club members, and they're our highest level members, not our accelerators, not Rapid, not Toolkit. Like, this is going to be brand new. So again, yes, there will be some fundamentals that are the same, but then there's going to be new marketing templates that you're going to get. All right.
Okay, and we've got a couple members who have free tickets who had jumped the gun there. They were so eager, they didn't want to miss out that they actually bought a ticket. So if you did that, I've got a couple of you down, but just again, email ask@technologymarketingtoolkit.com. And if you had free tickets that you were owed, they will certainly refund your $97 for how many ever tickets that you purchased on there. So
it doesn't kind of settle. It doesn't, until the end of the day. So they'll just delete the transaction like it never happened. So yeah, just send it to ask@technologymarketingtoolkit.com. Any issues you're having, guys, please just, if you don't mind. I mean, Mike's looking at this chat and Karen is, and we'll connect with you. But just as a second follow-up, if you could just shoot that email over with whatever error you're seeing. It'll just help us a little bit. We'll get it fixed right away.
Yeah, and we got a bunch of people who've signed up already. So yeah, those of you where you've gotten an error, they'll take care of you on there. Just come back and refresh that page. They're looking into your specific records on that. But I guess that goes into, this question came in. What's the size of these events?
We have, it can range anywhere from as small as like over just about 100 to like our Vegas show typically is 250, right? So they tend to be more in the, 120, 150, 100, somewhere in that range. We actually, the rooms that we get can hold about 150 to 200, depends on the hotel. So there is actually a hard limit, and we do occasionally, I'm not saying every show, but there have been shows where we couldn't fit another body in there. We've had to turn people away. I mean, that has happened. I know COVID makes, it's been a little different, but I can tell you in 2019, we had an active wait list on every single event, and it's starting to come back. People are starting to come back to events. 2020 obviously was a whole different ball of wax. 2021, I think people are still, they were still trying to get back into the swing of things. Now they're coming back to events. So, usually they're going to be about 120, 150, but there is a hard limit. So you do want to get in and get your hotel room, because there is also a limit on the room block, right? Anyway, yeah, there you go.
Okay, and a couple questions I've never really thought of before, but are these shows different or are they the same?
Oh, each one is going to be, like they're all the same in the sense of the same speakers, the same content delivered, but I get bored easy. So the minute I'm done with one, I'm going to revise it, make the second one better, and then I'm going to make the third. So I know you're going, well, I don't want to come to the first one then. No, the first one will be great. We tweak it a little bit. And since it's live, obviously I might say something a little different in one event than the other, but yeah, the content's going to be, the same speakers, the same content. Yes.
Okay. And Chelsea was asking.
I know why they're asking that, because there are some places, and I disagree with this strategy, but they'll show, here's all the speakers, as if everybody of these speakers are going to be, and it's not true. It's like, oh, Magic Johnson's going to be at 1, and then the other 100, there's no Magic Johnson, but they show him as a speaker. Like some people do that kind of stuff. We're not doing that, but yeah.
Okay, and yeah, Chelsea was asking, she said, if they're going to a later roadshow, are they going to get the resources from the earlier sessions?
Everything I do, I'm going to, because this compliance as a service, I'm continuing to roll out marketing pieces and content. And so yeah, whatever I develop later on, because we're always finding new things, right? That's the thing. We have 1,200, 1,300 members that are implementing and pulsing back. Here's what's working. Here's what's not working. We constantly have, just at Producers Club, we have these golden comb presentations, and members are standing up and showing us how they're adding hundreds of thousands in new MRR. And there's like these new, so we're constantly innovating. That's why you want to be in a membership, because we're always pulsing that back to you guys. But in this roadshow, yeah, whatever we end up doing, probably what we'll do is we will record the last show, because by then all the kinks, and then we'll give that to everybody. So we're not going to record each and every one. Like if you come to Philly, you can wait till Vegas, and you can, we'll give you the recording of that one, right? And any new templates that we've developed, you're going to get that. That'll be then memorialized there on our dashboard so that you get access to it. So even for the, you can go back and review it. You can share it with your team. But again, I really encourage you to be there in person, because we've learned over COVID, distance learning is not a good idea. I mean, and I can tell you from doing this, people who go to events virtually do not get anywhere near the same results, the same experience, the same impact. It's not good. So get here in person, and then we will probably give you the Vegas show, which brings up another thing, guys. If you, let's say you register for Philly and something comes up and you can't make it, you can always transfer to another show. You know, that's why Vegas tends to be our biggest show. I know it's Vegas, but you know, it's the last one, and typically that one's going to be huge, because there are people who like can't go, but they want to go, and they say, hey, I'll tell you what, I don't want to fly to Houston, but I'll go to Vegas, right? You know, so remember, if you can't show up, if you give us enough notice, we'll refund you, no problem, no worries, right? But if you register and say, like, last minute something comes up and you can't make it, you can always transfer that to some other event, and we would encourage you to do that. All right.
Okay, 1%. How many people are they allowed to bring from their company? How many tickets can they buy?
Well, if you're one of our members, Toolkit, MSP Launch, Accelerators, Producers, you get 2 tickets. If you want an additional ticket, $97. So if you're not in a membership, it's $97 per person. And it just kind of helps us cover some food and beverage costs that come with the hotel. I mean, $97 barely covers food and beverage, guys. I don't know if you've ever held an event at a hotel. I'm not even joking. A can of soda is like $8. And then there's tax and tip. It's insane. So, you know, it just helps cover like 2 days. I mean, we're going to give you breakfast. We're going to give you lunch. We're going to get you drunk in the evening and trying to sell you something. All right. You know, get you drunk. I'm joking, but I'm not, you know. But yeah, we give the cocktails. We're going to do that so you can stand around and network. All those things are included, you know, $97, you know, for 2 days of food. So.
Yes, absolutely. So Toby's saying he was trying to listen while at work. He said he heard $97, but heard something about free and others that are getting a refund. So Toby, if you are a member of ours in one of our kind of coaching programs, then you got 2 free tickets with that. If you're not, they're just $97 on there.
If you're not sure, email ask@technologymarketingtoolkit.com. And we'll put that, Mike, you put that in the chat, right?
Yep.
So ask any questions you have. Hey, I'm not even sure what my membership is. You know, I'll show you real quick. If you're up on the dashboard, if you're logged into the dashboard, right, you can see current membership level. It'll tell you right here what your membership level is. You can see that on the screen. And then, you know, over here, if you're in the dashboard, you can go over to membership levels here, and you can see the different ones. We've got the Toolkit, MSP Launch, Accelerators, and this maps out everything that is included. As you can see, the Fall Marketing Roadshow, 2 tickets, you know, that this will kind of give you a summary if you want to check that out. But ask at Technology Marketing Toolkit, and we'll take care of all that for you.
Yeah, and actually, Robin, that banner does change if you're a member versus a non-member. So if you're not a member, it'll take you to the $97 option. And if for some reason your membership level isn't kind of coding right with the pages, again, just throw it in chat, ask, and they'll get you ask at technologymarketingtoolkit.com. They'll get you taken care of. Or if you're a member and you bought for the $97 already, just email us and we'll go ahead and cancel that transaction for you.
I'll have Sandra or Kathy from, you know, with all the transactions coming
through. We check them all anyways. Yeah,
we're going to recheck them, because sometimes we do look for that. So I'll just let you know. But sometimes like when we're doing an announcement like now, I mean, like I said, you know, I haven't even looked over here, you know, we could get literally hundreds and hundreds of people registering. So, you know, it's just the day one takes a little bit to kind of get through it. Yeah, I can show you. I can show you my screen. I'm like trying to make sure I don't share anything that's confidential, but you can see here, you know, here's all the orders that are coming in. So, you know, I don't want to show anything confidential, but there you go. So we got a lot of people registering. We will get through them all. I promise you we'll get through them all.
Yeah, and if you were having problems at the hotel, again, some of the stuff, we're getting a lot of traffic or it was slow or whatever, go ahead and try on the confirmation page. Again, I did check all all of those, and they were all working now for me. So I think we had a rush of people, but we do have, and again, if those aren't working, just check the email that has the link in there also directly to it.
Yeah.
So if something's not working for you, we'll make sure you get in. You'll get communications. We'll get you all set and in there. But just try those links again. Like Robin said, we got a lot of people on, and we manage to break things with the number of people when we do these live announcements. So
you think we have it figured out by now, but it's always something that breaks. But I think the main thing, guys, like right now, look at these dates, look at these events, and pick the one you want to go to. I know Orlando, this is going to be a small venue, so we might sell Orlando out really, because I just know it's a small venue. I also think Boston is a small venue. Chicago, we should be okay. Philly, we might sell Philly out, because usually we do Newark, or that Northeast show often sells out. So I wouldn't be surprised if we're sold out on that one. Vegas always sells out because it's the last one and it's Vegas. So the other thing, I see a question, do I have to pay $97 for the wife if she's not going to go to the sessions but is going to drink the drinks? Well, yeah, you got to pay the $97. We can't get into this. All right, you're not in the room, so you don't pay $97. Like, it's $97 to come into the event. That's, sorry, I don't know of any show.
Yeah, you're giving name tags and her badges and everything like that, so they probably won't let, unfortunately, your wife in. Yeah.
Have a ticket. I mean, you can't go to a Vegas show, for example, and say, look, I'm not actually going to go in the show, but I want to stand in the hallway and kind of listen to the music and, have the drinks that are provided for attendees. Sorry, guy. I mean, I understand what you're asking, but it's $97. All right. A night out, I don't know where you live, but man, in Nashville, I could blow through $97 a bar tab in 2 seconds, so yeah, you got to pay just pay the $97, right?
Okay. And yeah, we had Michael right, and he said he tried a number of times and that link's not working. Just check your email. We did redirects on the page, so there could be things with the redirects. I know that always gets messed up with traffic, but if you check your email, it takes about 3 minutes after you order to get an email that takes you directly to the booking links for the site. So it's not a redirect in there, so it shouldn't matter with traffic on that. So just
yeah, sometimes the other thing is when a whole bunch of people are hitting those links, sometimes on the hotel side, it crashes a little bit. So just bear with us.
Sorry. And we'll get you in. You'll get plenty of information about it. Okay, we've got people lobbying for Grand Rapids, Michigan. There we go. Using the link.
I work for checks. So, if you really want me there, it's going to be more than $97. So, you just got to bring in these shows, I think it's, it's funny, you're all entrepreneurs that are on here. So you understand that. I mean, even what you do, clients don't understand. And I know they don't understand and appreciate the complexity and the cost of delivering really good IT support services. I mean, they just don't. I mean, you guys know that. I mean, I always say that IT is the unsung heroes of business. You guys are underappreciated. People just, they don't, the whole joke of the two cartoons and the guy saying, everything's working, why am I paying you? The other side is, everything's broken, why am I paying you? Like, so I get it, you guys understand that. And I think, to give me a little grace on this side, running these events is a very expensive thing to do. I mean, the travel, the marketing, the hotels, and right now everything is costing a lot more. It's stressful on an organization, on my staff and everything. So, that's why we don't have 23 locations, because it's even we stretched it this year, because usually we only do 5. And this year we're doing 6 because we had so much demand last year. And we could film. That's the thing, we could film, but just the wear and tear, it's too hard. So we try to pick ones, so that everybody has one that's not a 12-hour plane, unless you're in Australia, guys. Sorry, guys, but it's not a big long flight. So we try and space it out and make it easy for people to come to these big hubs in these big cities. I promise you, though, if you come, you're going to get a lot of value. I promise you, it's going to be a lot of value. It will absolutely be worth your time. Our industry is evolving really fast. I mean, technology always does anyway, but with compliance, security, COVID, remote work, the super MSPs that are coming into this industry, the money that's coming into this industry, guys, it's like, it's a really, I don't say it's not a weird time in the sense of like it's bad, but that's why we're calling this the Great Msp Reset. I actually inside, right? This is kind of funny, maybe not. You want to tell? Should I tell them what I originally wanted to call?
I don't even remember what it was.
It was make big money in big
Oh, okay, yeah.
make big money in big chunks. And my team was like, no, you're talking about barf. Like, you can't say big chunks because everyone thinks you're blowing chunks. So anyway, that was kind of like, so I kind of rethought it and really based on, again, what we're seeing, what we think our members need to do to continue to make money, get customers, be profitable, all the things. These last years have been strange. I mean, 2020 was different than 2019 and 2021 was different than 2020 for sure. This year is, what we're seeing is a lot of our members, their sales are up. They got a lot of projects. And I think, again, now whether or not this is going to happen or not, because I follow a lot of the news and the financial analysts and stuff like that. Are we going to really hit a recession? Like, I'm not talking about just a little bit of GDP decline, like a real recession, right? And, based on what I'm hearing, we're already starting to see a little bit decline, interest rates going up. We're seeing the housing market, inventories continuing to go up. While interest rates go up, then fewer houses are being bought because people are not able to afford them. So you're starting to see these signs of things. Consumer confidence is way, way, way down, which is another indication. So what's strange though is that the demand for labor is still high, right? And so, everybody that I've listened to, watched, from Forbes to Buffett to everybody, they're all saying like a recession's coming, whether it's going to be maybe a mild one in the end of this year and it's going to kick in next year. There's going to be a market correction. And what I would just say, guys, is right now there's really a lot of opportunity to make money, get customers. And now's the time to do it. It's the ant and the grasshopper, right? It's summertime. There's plenty of opportunity right now. People are spending money on IT, all these things. Like, get after it, because winter's coming. It's cyclical. I mean, maybe it doesn't happen next year. I hope it doesn't happen next year. I take that back. I kind of hope a recession would hit because I got some stuff I'm trying to get done. Like, I'm trying to get a new pool built, and I have a house down in Florida, and I can't get anybody to return the builders are busy and the architects are busy. So maybe if we could thin out some of these people, that would be good. I don't know, maybe not. Anyway,
Okay.
all right. We're almost done.
Yeah, it's going to kick us off in a couple of minutes, but I know I was answering a couple and putting links in here. Yeah, one person said they were trying to Philadelphia and it was a hotel site wasn't working. I just did get in there, so I put that in the chat for you. Again, yeah, sometimes even though it's taking you to the hotel site, if we get too many people go in there, then it crashes, but just do try those again. And then we have found people in here. If you weren't getting in under your membership, go ahead and try again. We are looking up tags and adding them to your accounts for the couple people who couldn't get in but should be getting the free tickets. If you go and try and refresh, you should be able to get in now. And if you're having any problems with anything, any questions, just go ahead and email ask@technologymarketingtoolkit.com and we will 100% get you taken care of.
You got
there.
It.
So,
all
okay,
right.
Robin, I think that's all the questions. I don't see any new ones. Okay, yeah, they're saying, okay, the links working. Yep, it worked now. Okay, perfect.
Right. We fixed it.
So,
very cool. Beer City, USA, Ken. I'm a wine drinker. Sorry. You got to know your target audience, right? I don't drink beer. My husband does, but yeah. All right, guys. I appreciate y'all. Thank you, Mike. Karen in the background. If you, again, have any questions, give us an email. We will be continuing to talk to you about these events. Get registered. It's going to be worthwhile. There's strength in numbers. Come and join us. We have a great, thriving community of very successful MSPs to learn from. Come get some. All right. I think that's it.
Awesome. Thank you, guys.
Thanks, everyone. Bye.
Bye now.